Well, hello, everybody. It's a Monday night, and everybody's just popping in, I tell you. Um, uh, I checked a couple times before we started, and Doug was here, and Jeannie was here, and they were talking back and forth. And then pretty soon, Shawnee came in, and then Shawnee just got back from Hawaii. And then Angie came in. Hello. And let's see. Oh, Carol was next. Then I think, Craig came in and Jake came in. Hey, so hello and Merry Christmas. So it's very exciting. And little Frenchie in Big Texas, hello. And tell the girls hello too. So that is fun. Now it is cold in a lot of places around the country. And back home, it is cold. Oh, and speaking of back home, Debbie has just popped in. Debbie, I was just talking about cold back home. And so you can understand this. She just finished supper. So Debbie in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Angie in North Dakota, Craig's in South Dakota. This week, oh man, I've been watching what the temperatures are supposed to do. And by Thursday, it is going to be unbelievable. Craig says minus 44 wind chill tomorrow. That's just too cold. It's seriously too cold. I remember when the kids were young one time, there was this stretch in December, about 2 weeks, and never got above zero. And with the wind chills, it was so cold. It was craziness. And John is here. John, Unpaved Explorer. Hello. And it is the holidays, so it's going to be cold. But some winters it's not cold like this. And it's like this Arctic blast over the whole central part, the Midwest. And it's like, that is too cold. My dad was trying to call me. I don't know why my mom knew I was having a live. She must not have said anything to him. That's right, Craig. Angie is going to have it worse. In North Dakota, it is going to be craziness. She sent me a snapshot. I think it was yesterday. It was no wind, and it was minus 16 degrees with no wind. Can you imagine if it was blowing? Just a second. We got to talk to Dad. Dad? Hi.
Wait, did you answer a while ago?
I didn't answer because I'm on a live stream. And so now you are on the live stream.
So call me back when you...
It'll be a half hour.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Bye.
My dad's 91, if you guys don't know. Today he had me go buy Mom her Christmas present. So Joe and I went, we bought it, I wrapped it up, decorated with all kinds of ribbons and stuff. So, see, Ann from Texas, Little Frenchie in Big Texas. That's Ann. Low 70s is so nice. Carol Crane, where are you? So, South California. It's crazy. Because Carol says that it's going to be in the 70s because that's what Arizona is like. And look who's here. Jules Gardening Tips. Hello, how are ya? Merry Christmas. Doug says that they're running the freeze dryer to add heat to the house. Oh, that's a good idea. Because a lot of times when in the wintertime, we would bake all day so it was warmer in the house. And Tiny Tim Posey. Hello, my friend. And Merry Christmas. So tonight's topic is about Christmas. You know, it's about Christmas time. You only have basically about a week, 6 days before it is Christmas time. And it just seems so fast. You think about it in September and it's like so far away. And then before you know it, it is just right here. And so we got 6 days before it's actually Christmas. And it can be very stressful for people. And Angie's working on 3.5 gallons of habanero honey. Next project, cowboy candy. She's been making stuff all just like craziness. She keeps sending me pictures. This is what I made. This is what I made. But it's good to do when it's cold outside. You don't want to be outside very long when it's got wind chills of 30 and 40 below zero. It's just not safe. And so she's lucky that she can stay inside and do all kinds of projects. So when I get about a week before Christmas, I'm a list maker. So I start making lists. Not that I've stopped making lists, but I make that week before Christmas list. And so what we do is, it's like, okay, do I need to mail any more cards? Have I sent the packages? Angie, just so you know, I sent your package today. I planned on doing it on Friday, but I didn't have everything packed. And then I remember I didn't send the foot pudding, so I'm going to put that in a different box. And Angie, I can get you Doug's address too. So that's one of the things. Do I have any Christmas presents that I need to purchase, mail, give? So, because sometimes you just have this list and there are people that are around you, family that are around you, friends, coworkers. Have I delivered all those? There's always, you may have, I have a whole thing that I go through to send my Christmas cards out. I have my little file and I just go through. Doug, I will give her your street address. I'll do that for you. And so, literally you send and you send and you send and you send. And then there's people that you never get cards back. You don't hear from them. And so then you think, maybe I shouldn't send a card this year. And that person you decide not to, all of a sudden you get a card from them. So it's like, you always need some extra Christmas cards because you never know when you might need a card. And so, in fact, I got a card in the mail, not today, yesterday. No, today's Monday. So it would have been Friday's mail. And it was like, oh, drats. I didn't send them a card. And so I still got enough time. I'll just send it then. Debbie said that this year we streamlined Christmas presents down to just those in the home. I would love to get everyone something, but it has been a rough this year with my partner's work. And I think people understand that everything is so much more expensive. Now, the last few years, we have given gift cards. And this year I didn't give gift cards. I got actual presents because I was really feeling like I wasn't part of Christmas. It's easy to go onto Amazon or wherever and send a card. They get it just basically instantly, Sometimes you find out what they bought with it. Sometimes you never find out what they bought. But it made me have another layer of not feeling any part of Christmas. And I didn't like that. Oh, Janie is here. I don't know why I said Jeannie. Janie is here. How are ya? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling better and better all the time. That's what I hope. And Henry Leslie Vermont is in. Awesome. And Ann says that they got the Christmas card. Girls are finishing your Christmas card. Will be hand drawings this year. That is awesome. One time, the girls sent me a box, and they had drawn with markers all over the box. It was just like crazy. It had bumblebees and it had all this stuff. It was so much fun. And so I saved it. I took the tape off of it and I thought, well, someday I'm going to have the perfect thing to send the perfect person with this box, right? And so I sent a package to my friend, and with this box. And so I had to tell her the whole story about the box, and it was fabulous. And I was so happy I had waited for that particular present with that particular person. But Anne, tell the girls I have loved that box. It was just the best box ever. And I thought, kids should do that more often. Their parents are sending a box. Let them draw all over the box first and then mail it. Because why not? Debbie says they're still considering moving and talking about it way more. If we move, we're getting some more land, and we're talking about animals. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Good idea. Today, we can't have chickens where we live down here in Arizona. But it's just like a couple blocks from our house. Our part of where we live in Yuma, there's a whole bunch of pockets of county with the city, and so it's got all this stuff. And so there's chickens just right over. They come into our village all the time. And so Joe and I were driving to the post office, and all of a sudden he says, "Look at those baby chicks." So he stops the truck, backs up, and there's like 9, 10, 11 little tiny baby chicks. I mean, tiny baby chicks. They were fuzzy, you know. I mean, they're outside, and the mom was scratching, and they were just beep, 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 beep. It was so much fun. So Debbie, you are going to love it with animals. The cost of postage deters many from sending out cards. That's true. It's about 60 cents now to send a card. That is a lot of money to send, when you do a lot. Like when I sent out cards this year, I sent 120 cards out. So if that gives you an idea. And, but it gave me great joy writing stuff on the cards and sending them out. But I did, I was very careful on getting cards this year. I went to like a Goodwill place, and I got all kinds of cards, and for a great price, and they were brand new in packages. And it was like, it's like when you can get cards after Christmas at 90% off, that kind of feeling. So that was really cool. Janie, you're right. It adds up. It adds up fast, but it was just something I wanted to thank subscribers and members. And so sometimes I've actually sent out presents to my members. But like you guys are saying, the cost of postage is just craziness. Angie sent a bunch of stuff out. And we actually, when we went to the post office today, we had boxes from about this big. Because one of my daughters, I sent her kids, and my 3 nephews. No, not my nephews. I don't know why I said nephews. My 3 grandsons, 1 wife, and a great grandbaby. I don't know where nephews came from. And so all that was in one box, so that was good. But then there were boxes that were this big, and I got things that I thought they would like, but didn't weigh very much. And so sometimes when you're thinking about doing that, it works out, Debbie says, I managed to keep a huge tomato seed you sent me alive in the south-facing growing room. I'll be collecting suckers from the plants for the new growing season. Because theoretically, Greg says hi. So, say hi. So it's theoretically, if you had a really great tomato plant that you loved, or a pepper plant that you loved, you could root out the suckers and literally never buy tomato plants again in your life. Seriously, you could. And because you can grow plants under lights in windows in the wintertime, you don't get as many tomatoes I've found from the window, like a south-facing window. I never got as many tomatoes as I do like under the lights or in my hydroponics. But it's awesome. And if you're wondering what Angie's talking about, she says, I'm going to grow peppers in my loomy dirt. She has this little thing that goes on her counter, and it's a composter. So you can put all your scraps, your vegetable scraps, the fruits. You can put eggshells. You can put, I think you can actually put meat in a loamy. And it is really fast. And so she sends me pictures, more dirt. I'd really like one, but they are a little spendy. So it's just like, oh man, it's just one of those years I just can't do it. That's all there is to it. And Brenda is here. Hey girl, how are you? I hope you're having a good holiday season. Angie, did you see this? Tim is intrigued on how to make habanero honey. Yeah. Joe is so excited about getting some. In fact, I showed him the picture that you sent me today. She's got the great big jars of habanero honey that she's making. And Joe says to me, that honey is mine. It is, she's not sending it for you. It's just so funny. Oh, good. You got the card. Good. Like I mailed them all last week. So if you guys don't get your card and you know that you've gotten them from me before, or you're a member and you know that you should be getting one, and you don't get it by tomorrow, will you send me a message and I'll just resend a card, because things happen in the mail. Oh, I have Tim's address, and yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, now Doug is typing channel. And what that does is just let me show you. You type channel, and then his address comes out so you can go to his channel. I just love that. Okay. See, channel. There you go. It works slick. You just have to be careful that you little Frenchie Ann did this, and then it pops up. You just have to be careful that if you do it too soon, right after somebody else wrote channel, before Nightbot's already popped them up, sometimes it doesn't do it. I think it's just too short of time span. So, okay, back to our theme. Okay. So, what are you doing the last week before Christmas? And how are you going about that last week without it stressing you out? Because there's always a lot of things to do. Like this morning, I did the breakfast for the clubhouse, because you sign up and you do it. Then we had a meeting. Then we had a little Christmas party for the ladies, and we had a white elephant. I got the cutest Christmas treats, all made out of fabric. I wish I would have brought it into my room and I would have showed it to you. So that was busy. I had to do stuff, and all this stuff, we mailed packages, we did this, we got my dad the present from my mom, and it's like pretty soon the day is done. And how many things have I checked off my list? Now, I always think that you should always have a few extra Christmas cards ready. You might have people that stop by. You might want to just, tuck them in your purse, or leave them in your car. And then if you need a Christmas card to give somebody because you're in a different situation, why not have one right then? So that you don't have to worry about, I'm going to send it to them, and then you get busy and you don't. Just have them with you. It's easy to do. When I put them in my purse, I just put them in a Ziploc bag. If I have them in my car, put them in a Ziploc bag. Have a pin in there so that you can write it all out and you have something. I think you should always have one or two extra gifts. Something that doesn't cost very much, but that's kind of fun, maybe unique. Something, it could be something you made, something you baked, because it's always nice to be able to share that little gift that doesn't cost very much money. Say you don't have any money at all. Say, Sandi, I can't buy cards. I can't buy a little extra presents. What can you do? Well, I think what you can do is give your time. How fun is it to get a little certificate from somebody and it says, good for one apple pie, or good for weeding your garden. Um, maybe just little chores that you could do, or um, babysitting their kids. These are fun things that are very useful to people. And it just relieves them of something else that they have time for now because you're doing something for them. Like the gift of time is an amazing thing. And it doesn't actually cost you physical money. It just costs you your time. But the benefits can be just so amazing that you've blessed somebody that way. Because I think across the country, people have seen that it's just, oh, this is a good idea. Doug says, take a photo of a Christmas card and text it to them. Well, that's a fun idea. Then it didn't cost you anything. Doug, I like that idea. Because you can put a little Christmas emojis and stuff like that. But I really like the Christmas card idea. It's like going green. You're not gonna you're not gonna use the paper. You're not having to use a stamp. Nobody has to deliver it. It's just going through the air. And I love that idea, Doug. I think you should do a video on it this week. Seriously. Or put it on your community tab and tell people to do it. I love it. I'm gonna do that. But I won't do it. I won't say anything on YouTube because that's your idea. I love it. I'll send Sandi a coupon for taste testing all of her incredible treats. You know it. Just come see me. Yeah. Oh, and look who's here. Barb is here. That is awesome, Barb. Merry Christmas. And Shawnee has an idea. You can do some shopping for someone or a ride to a medical appointment. See, these are great gifts to give. And sometimes we don't look at them like that as a gift, but it really is a gift because you are helping somebody. Because I live in a retirement village. They call it a village down here. And there's a lot of times somebody needs a ride. They get older and they can't do yard work. They can't climb on a ladder. They can't fix those meals that they used to fix. And so they're eating a lot of things out of a can or frozen things. And not that you can stop all of that, but those little acts of kindness can make a huge difference with people. Oh, Henry Leslie, Vermont, Merry Christmas. Angie says, I remember one year Mom had everyone's presents bought for the next Christmas in January. See, that's true. There are so many benefits for shopping early and saving money. It's true because if you can get it on sale, the same thing, you just have to plan ahead. And really, if you divide your gifts up in months, because there are certain things that go on sale at certain times. January is a white sale month, which means your towels and your sheets, things like that are going to go on sale in January. So take advantage of that. There's always great sales. And if you have that little nest egg set aside for Christmas presents, you can just do it. Otherwise, make your things. There has been a lot of Christmas that I made all the gifts because I didn't have any money, but I did have stuff around the house. How many times have you baked cookies or a pie for somebody for a gift? These are great things to do the last week before Christmas. It gets you really in the mood of Christmas, and it's just amazing. Oh my gosh, looky here. It's Bunky. Bunky, aren't you on a live stream right now? Did you change your live stream? because the Vineyard Chicks, Bunky is part of the Vineyard Chicks. They changed their live stream. I changed my live stream, and it was the same time. And mine's only a half hour. So I was always telling everybody, go back and forth. Because a lot of times I've gone back and forth because 2 different channels, sometimes 3 different channels, I wanted to watch. And so, Bunky, Merry Christmas. Bunky and her sisters have a Christmas CD. If you would like to get one of those, go over to Vineyard Chicks, and you can find that information on getting one. Hey, WD Glock and Roll, how are ya? Merry Christmas to you. And everybody saying hi to Bunky. Everybody else, fun. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I missed somebody, just type something else. And look who's here. One of our all-time favorite people, Mary Ranch. Mary, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're having a nice Christmas season and that it's not too horribly cold in your neck of the woods. I know it's cold up there. Same with Bunky. Bunky, are you guys freezing cold up there? Or has it not got over far enough? Bunky says, we like to move Christmas gifts after Christmas because everything is on sale. Oh, yeah. I used to know some people, and Angie probably doesn't even remember this, when we were in Washington, and they never bought anything at Christmas. I mean, they had the dinner, they had that kind of stuff. They never bought any presents until after Christmas because you could get things 50% off, all the way up to 90% off. And, you know, if you did that right after this Christmas, you would have all your Christmas stuff for the next year. And then no stress all year round. You have everything right then. Oh, they moved it to 9. We moved it at 9. So that would be 8 o'clock mine or 7 o'clock mine. I have to think about, no, I think it would be 8 o'clock mine. Okay, Bunky, I will come over at 8 o'clock. Awesome. Janie says, Doug, you should do a short on how you're going to take a picture of a Christmas card. See, Doug, everybody likes that idea. I love that idea. You could take pictures of some of those really expensive cards. I don't think there's a copyright claim on Hallmark cards. I don't know. Maybe there is. I don't know. It's hard to say about that. But I think you could do the idea of it and send it, no stamps. I think it's a great idea. It's crazy. Years ago, banks had Christmas club accounts. They did. I remember that all the time. And every month you would put a little bit in this little Christmas card account. And then at Christmas time, you took it out. It was great. And I don't know if any banks do that anymore, probably because they want you to have more money in there than, you know, the little bit at a time. But I think it's a great, great idea. And she's going to be handing out all of her habanero honey, I tell you. So much fun. Oh, Cheryl, how are you? Did you get your package? I hope so. Tim says, I like giving gifts when I get them. We are not promised tomorrow, and I don't have to store them. That's true. You could just wrap them up and say, Merry Christmas. And it could be July. It could be September. I think it's a great idea. So much fun. And, oh, good. So Barb did channel, and right underneath it, it shows her channel. Good. I love that technology. Oh, good. Good. So I'm sorry, mix-ups, you know. She sent me an address. I didn't see the address. You know, it just took longer than I thought it would. It's crazy. Habanero honey can be a little spicy, but sweet and spicy kind of tones things down. though, depending on how many habaneros and how hot those habaneros are, you might have sweat BBs, Bunky. That's right. Okay, so back to our theme because I'm already at 30 minutes. And my one friend always says, when she switches subjects, she's all of a sudden she'll go, squirrel. And she'll go, sorry, I switched subjects again. I feel like that sometimes on lives. I switch subjects. It's so much fun. But anyway, what else can we do? So we're having an extra card or two. We're having an extra present or two. We're giving things of time and maybe baking something for somebody, helping somebody do something. And I think sometimes you have to spend some time for yourself because holiday season is a busy time, you know. On your calendar, take one afternoon or one morning, cancel everything that was in that section and do something for yourself. Even if it's sitting and reading a book for 3 hours to just decompress. Maybe the thing that you want to do is just stroll around the mall. Don't bring any money because the idea is you're just supposed to be having some time. And you might, whatever makes you happy, that can be just so many different things for so many people. Like, I love working in the garden, but that would not be my little square, my little time frame. I would rather do something that was much more peaceful. Not that gardening isn't peaceful, because I love pulling weeds. I love working in the garden. But sometimes you have to get away from everything that you're doing because it makes you want to do something else. Barb wants to know, do you have any ideas for a white elephant gift? Actually, I was at a little Christmas party this morning, and it was white elephant gifts that you had to bring. And it was interesting what people got. Like, that's where I got the Christmas tree that was made of material. And the lady that gave it, her daughter had given it to her. She had a lady make it for her, but she said it didn't match her stuff in her house. It didn't, it was too big for where she would want to put it. And I was just so excited about my white elephant gift. But there were people that gave, well, one person got a white elephant, literally. It was a little statue. There were people that, like, one of the ladies got, down here at the clubhouse, there's games, and there's like bingo and Pokino and stuff, that 31 that you put in pennies or you put in nickels or you put in dimes. And so that was her gift. She had all these little baggies and said, this will let you play the game of 31. This will let you play bingo on Thursday nights. This will let you play Pokino on a Sunday night. And she had in the card, it listed all the different times that those games were played, so that that person who doesn't play those games could go to those games and play for free. And I just thought that was a great idea. You know, why not do that? Tim says, riding my motorcycle is my happy time. No snow or ice, 25 degrees and up. See, that gets, when you do that gift of time for yourself, do something. And a lot of times it may be just reading a book, but a lot of times for a lot of people, I think you have to get out of your house. Even if you take that book, go to a coffee shop, have a cup of tea, and read your book for a few hours, because all the distractions, turn your phone off, just have some time and just say, this is my gift to myself this time. I think it can be important. Debbie, I actually walked around my whole garden today and took photographs. And so that video will be up tomorrow. I've been trying to do an update on my garden, and my broccolis are about this big on some of them. And so I'm excited about that. And so this last week before Christmas, you got your your cards, your gifts, gift of time, gift of baking, a little time for yourself. And then remember the reason for the season. Why do we celebrate Christmas? Not for Santa Claus, but for the Lord. And sometimes just it's good to take stock in what you have with him in your life. So it's important, to look on your blessings that you had in 2022, what things you're looking forward in 2023. I a lot of times will just sit and go, man, I am a blessed woman. I have a great husband. I have great kids, grandkids, great grandson, friends, ability to do a lot of things. I'm grateful to that. And I think it's important. It starts at Thanksgiving and it goes all the way through New Year's. And what are you grateful for? And I think that's important to do too. And that's right, Doug. He is the greatest gift of all. So that is awesome. That's right. Yippee. I can't wait to see the garden updates. It's really interesting because for the most part, we started gardening that there's a few things that I had at the end of October, but most things speaking words, I had 1 week that I planted all these brassicas, and then a few days later I planted some other things. And you can see the progress of the things that got planted first, how much larger they are than the brassicas that I planted 2.5 weeks ago. But it's amazing how it does it. I mean, it's totally. Oh, I walked out this morning, short walk to my garage, pajama bottoms, and a t-shirt, 19 degrees. It felt weirdly nice. It's funny how your system gets used to. Because if it was summer and I got 19 degrees, you'd be freezing. But even down here, it gets cold, which is, at night, 40 some degrees. And early in the morning, you see people walking and they have their stocking cap on, they have a whole winter coat and mittens on. That's a little extreme for me, but they're used to the heat. And so it's all a matter of perspective. And it's just crazy. Do you remember the year that all those birds attacked you outside because they wanted the bird feeders? Yeah, that was crazy. I just can't feed birds like I want to. It was crazy that year. There was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of birds. It's like, I can't do that. Oh, hello. How are you? Just wanted to say hello, Ms. Sandi. You're a beautiful person, such a caring spirit. I am just on wanting to tell you I truly enjoy you as a person, and I want you to know we love you very much. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. But guys, I'm 10 minutes past. Oh, look at that. Snowing here in central New York. We shouldn't be grateful just at the holidays. No, that's true, Angie. All year round, we should be going, man, we are lucky people. Even on the hard things, we're still lucky. It doesn't seem lucky when you're in some of those hard times, but really, when you look at how tough it is for other people in the world, it is amazing that the blessings that we have in America. It is just crazy. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. There's a few videos coming out this week. And then I will see you next week on live stream, 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I appreciate it. I love you guys. And I hope you'll have a blessed Christmas. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.